Yo guys, what's going on? Robert Warshack here, and we're going to be going over how to defeat Gnomeregan, some tips and tricks and everything I've learned so far. I've cleared this probably about 20 times now through my other characters and leveling them up. In World of Warcraft, Gnomeregan was a terrible dungeon, and I refused to ever do it after the first time I did it. But in Arclight Rumble, it's actually not that bad. So quick note before we get in the dungeon. So dungeons have a timer, so Gnomeregan is still going to be up for 2 days and 5 hours. After that, it'll switch to another dungeon. But what's more important than that is this family crest. So weekly family rotation, required army leader to enter. So in order to do Gnomeregan, you need to complete it with a horrid leader. Currently, as you can see here, I have 3 horrid leaders that I can do the dungeon with. Each time you complete the dungeon with that particular horrid leader, the dungeon gets 1 level harder. And you can do this for each of the leaders that you currently have in that faction that's for that dungeon that week. So in this video, I'm going to pick Sneed because I just literally got him 5 minutes ago because our guild unlocked him by getting enough points. So we're going to knock out Sneed and start leveling him up in this dungeon. When you enter a dungeon, you will be basically offered 3 choices of like upgrades. Generally for me, if it ever offers you the Nobold, gain plus 25 levels, this is amazing. So the crowd Pummeler 960 is a kind of annoying fight. It's my least favorite of actually all of the Gnomeregan, and that's because when you initiate the boss, he spins around and he knockbacks basically all melee. And when he does this, if it goes off of the map, it's an instant kill for it. Also, there's 2 locations around the map. You can see right here and right here. It's going to spawn these like buffs, and if your minion goes over this, it's going to be immune for a short amount of time, which will mean that the boss doesn't get its knockback on that unit, so it won't die. However, the boss deploys a ton of units, and most of his units will end up getting these. But the ideal situation is here is I found ignore this left one. You want to go start. You want to rotate this up, and then you want to gonna put a unit here. Try to take this hearth as fast as possible. There we go. We found our miner. This is really good. See, he got units already over here trying to grab that one. We want to grab this hearth, and then we basically spam the boss from the left and then the right side. And I found that to be like really, really good. And we can kind of just ignore his guys attacking my base for the most part at the start. It doesn't really matter. As you can see, units already getting knocked away. He has another unit already here that got immune. So, I mean, it is what it is. As you can see, he just spun and knocked this unit back. He's going to spin again. They all just get knocked back. It's really RNG, you know, depending on, like, how far and where they get knocked back at. I found it really nice to be able to put, like, he insta-killed. He's going to spin here. So, I found it nice to put, like, melee on one side and then ranged on another. And while the ranged are attacking it, he's attacking like the melee, the ranged are putting a lot of good hits. So like right now, if these guys weren't attacking this unit that was immune, these guys would be doing a ton of damage to the boss right now. Our base is still pretty much full. He doesn't send that many units as long as you control the middle here. As you can see, he just spins around, just killing everything, but we put enough cleave damage to be able to do a decent amount to him. And then again, making sure you have like separate sides. And he knocks back flying creatures, which is even more annoying. But since this is like the level 1, level 5 of the dungeon, it's not too bad. But I made it to I think level 12 or 13 so far on this, and that guy gets so tough for no reason, just because your units, they only get a couple attacks in and then the knockback, and like I said, it's random. And it's like an instant death when they get hit. Alright, so this is the upgrade I was talking about. Leeching poison, your single target melee minions gain lifesteal. This is huge. If you find the Nobold, then this is good. If you don't have the Nobold and this only hits 1 minion, you could go for it and hopefully hit Nobold later. But since we hit the Nobold with the Leeching Poison, I mean, it's like an instant win at that point. Also, for completion, for those of you who don't know, this is energy right here. And Arclight energy allows you to upgrade units. So this next boss, I found that like taking both turrets was really unnecessary. I've almost never taken both turrets on this guy. I've always just taken the left. And then I just, from the left, just keep pushing. However, as you can see, this gas here at the bottom is pretty bad because it does damage to your units. So you really don't want to like fight too much over top the turret. I mean, obviously, some of it's unavoidable, but you're about to see how good that Nobold with the life steal is. You can ignore like these guys attacking the base. It honestly like doesn't even matter. Like they're not gonna kill the base. So like also knowing how much damage your base can take and how much you want to push at the same time is really important in this game. Like, knowing that the base isn't going to die there is huge. And as you can see, look, that Nobold is, look at the chunks that guy does. Yeah, that's game. Yeah, so this second boss, super easy. If you have lifesteal with Nobold, this second boss, literally, the Nobold can just solo the boss by himself. Because every hit with the Nobold heals him to full. And since he's like level 35, like, you're good for a long time. All right, so the final boss is going to be... All right, well, we actually have to choose another relic. Mooncloth, in my opinion, is terrible. This is terrible as well. Like, anything that requires you to, like, do something to get a benefit's bad. I find that stagnant benefits are just better. Like, your range units attack 30% faster. Normally, I have more range units. I have 2 or 3 in my party. But in this one, I just made this for this video. All right, so Thermaplug's kind of interesting. He doesn't fight like any other boss. You're actually not trying to kill him with your units. You're trying to knock out these little electric pillars, and for every pillar that you kill, it's going to summon a bomb that hits him. However, spells also deal damage to him, so you can still execute. So as you can see, these little like circular things on the ground, pillar, like electric things are going to pop up, and you want your units to kill those before his units do. Also, you have 2 gold veins in front. You're going to notice that you're going to want to put your Nobold exactly in between the 2. So if you pick a side, have him mine, he's going to wrap around. But if you put him in the middle, he'll actually mine one, turn, and then mine the other. So this is actually like pretty important on this particular match. So as we can see here, here's a pillar that we need to kill. Here's a pillar that we need to kill. So we'll go ahead and like summon harpies because they'll get there fast. He already killed that. He already killed that. Wait. The flyers don't kill the... All right, never mind. I didn't know the harpies literally don't kill the pillars. All right. Learned that today. Again, I just built this for this exact run here. So apparently there's things I didn't know. All right, so here's our miner. This is huge. Again, you want to put him exactly in the center. And when he's in the center, he'll walk over here. He'll mine it in a way, which he'll walk over here and mine this. And this is really important because you have to keep spamming minions kind of on each side. So after this, wait, what are you doing, buddy? All right, I swear I didn't make this out. I swear normally they walk back over and attack he mines the other one. I did not just make this random fact up. This is what I've learned after spending hours and hours doing the same dungeon run. Also, if there's no like turrets or whatever you want to call them, electric pylons up, you can put your units like as far back as possible, which I'll do like here. And this makes it so, like, you spend your gold and you're getting units out. So, like, when one does spawn, he'll attack it immediately. See, he'll turn around and start attacking this, which is huge there. And then, as you can notice, my Nobold's getting attacked, but, like, he's not going to die because he's a badass. He's level, like, 36. That guy's not... See, he's walking over and mining this one. I didn't make it up. I swear to God, I didn't make it up. See, I need to work on this left-hand side. I got 3 bots here. And as you can see, every time I, like, kill one of these things, it's sending bots on this little rift. And they're, like, running through here, see? And they're, like, hitting the boss. Boom, boom. And that's how you deal damage to the boss. Let me just put our healer on the left. Or the right, I should say. There's really nothing happening there on the right-hand side. All right, cool. And then we'll put our... All right, and this guy goes in the middle again. As you can see, it's just controlling when the things spawn so you can kill them. And then eventually the boss dies. So you really don't need to, like, overextend. You kind of want to equal out both sides at the same time and be like, okay, one has spawned here in a couple seconds. One's going to spawn soon. Let me put a unit in the far back. So by the time my unit is walking up, one spawns. But if you put your unit all the way in the front and there's nothing there for it to hit, it's just going to keep going to the boss and the boss is going to one-shot it. So, like, timing your units to the respawns of the lightning beacon things is really important. All right, so Thermaplugg is done. You get energy, and then this is huge. So you get an army upgrade. So an army upgrade is a permanent buff to basically your leader's squad. So we have Sneed's army here. So we have a horrid siege damage. This is what we have right now is at the top. What it's offering me here is at the bottom. So I can have a fast unit. So because these are all unbound right now, there's no bonuses. I can add a fast unit to here, an unbound unit to here, or a spell to here. Most of the time, there's going to be at least one spell in my, like, arsenal. I don't know about unbound and I don't know about fast right now because I haven't played this game enough to know builds for like PvP and whatnot, but I know I'm always going to have a spell. So for me personally, I'm going to pick this spell and I'm going to hit confirm upgrade. This is going to put a spell thing right here. And then when I go to my collection with my builds, since executes a spell, I want to swap this with this. This now highlights up, and it's going to have +1 level. So basically, I've unlocked a permanent buff to me having execute or any spell in my build that I put in that slot there. So now for each dungeon run that we do, we can do another one with Sneed if we want. And instead of being level 5, it's going to be level 6, as we can see here. And then if we complete it, it's going to be level 7, complete it again, level 8. And then each time we complete it, our team is going to have one of those permanent buffs. And then once it goes from bronze, it goes to silver, and it goes to gold. So making sure you're doing your dungeon runs with your heroes to get those permanent upgrades is really important, because as you notice here, Gnomeregan is going to be gone in 2 days and 5 hours. It's going to switch to another dungeon. When it switches to another dungeon, it's probably going to switch from Horde to something else, because you have your weekly family rotation. So it requires a Horde to do this dungeon. Next week, it could be Alliance, it could be an Undead, it could be whatever, right? So making sure that you're taking advantage of that when it's there is really important. And with that, thank you guys for watching. Of course, let me know what you think. If you have any extra tips or tricks, feel free to put them in the comment section below. As always, I'm Rob Warshack, and happy whatever the hell day it is.